One of the first things we'll ask you to do when you start your doTERRA adventure is write down some goals. And you'll find this on the success strategy under the first steps. And that comes in and around about the fourth or fifth step that you look at doing. And there are a number of ways of doing this, including the rank planners that I talk about in a separate video. These are very powerful, great affirmation templates, and also a really good way to have a look at your volume requirements as well. So very specific. This is the first one you should be going for, the Elite, and then the next one is Premier. I have a separate video specifically on how to fill out a rank planner. But in this, I just wanted to chat a little bit about some of the concepts and techniques around setting goals. And first wanted to start with the old favorite, SMART goals. So you may have heard of this before. SMART is actually an abbreviation, and it's an abbreviation for specific, measurable, achievable, recordable, or relevant, and time-bound. So when we're being specific on what we want to achieve, for example, I want to rank advance as being something that's not very specific in comparison to I am a doTERRA Gold. So it's very specific. You are a certain rank. So we want to make sure that we're being specific and not just being vague with what we're presenting as a target to head towards. We also want to make sure it's measurable, and we can actually track the progress, and we can actually get that sense of achievement when we do achieve that goal. And it could be just a small part of a bigger goal as well, like a 5-term long, a 5-year plan. You need to take the steps along the way in order to get to the 5-year goal. You can't get there overnight. So an example of this could be have an enrollment rate of 90% or more at my next workshop or all my workshops this month. So you can actually measure that success rate. You can say, righto, I had 5 people attend and I had an enrollment rate of 4 people enrolled. So you can measure that, and it's a percentage. So being achievable, make your goals realistic, and it's great to reach for the stars, and I'm not saying don't set the bar high. That often does push us, but they still need to be realistic as well. There's no point in saying, I'm going to be a doTERRA Diamond this month or next month when you're currently an Elite. That's just unrealistic, and you'll get disheartened if you're not reaching those goals. So make them realistic, but remember, you can also set long-term goals like a 2, 3, and a 5-year plan. So make sure they're achievable. Make sure that you can record them or they're relevant. If you're setting goals, let's make it relevant to what you're trying to achieve. So if you're working towards Diamond, then you want to break it down to the 2-2-1 tasks. So 2 workshops in a week, 2 follow-ups a day, 2 new leads a day, 1 business meeting a month, either coordinated or attended. And this is something that you can track on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. So we can actually record when we hit that target or that goal. So make sure it's relevant, and it's also recorded as well. So time-bound goals are dreams with a deadline or a finishing line, and it's something to aim for as well. So seeing that finishing line, it makes us rise up and want to accomplish these things. And I've seen some amazing things happen in the last couple of days of the month in heading towards a new rank. Somebody really digging deep and reaching out to their team and saying, look, this is something I'm going for. Let's do this together. So being time bound is really powerful. So another thing I wanted to share with you is setting an intention for your goals as well. So this will help you anchor why or what you're aiming for in terms of being a higher purpose. So an example of this might be achieving the rank of a Diamond allows me to spend more time with my family, or achieving doTERRA Diamond allows me to travel and see the world. Some other examples are, my intention is to have my oils and products paid for, or I intend to have a thriving business and be part of something great in my community. So you can see that there's an actual purpose or an intention behind, hitting a certain rank or achieving something that you intend on doing. And it could just be paying for your oils, or it could be helping others, or it could be in creating a health retreat with your uber big doTERRA presidential diamond paychecks. It's completely up to you. And the intention of these goals is a very powerful thing to put behind these goals. So I want to also talk about the power of writing down goals. So in a study conducted on new graduates in Harvard, back in 1979, 3% of the students had clear written goals and plans to written down to accomplish them. 84% had no specific goals, and 13% had goals, but they weren't committed on paper. So the same group were interviewed 10 years later, and 13% of the class who had goals were on average earning twice as much as the 84%. So not even, really clearly defined, not written down on paper. They just had goals. They had a direction. They had a purpose. They had intention, and they were heading in that direction. They're earning twice as much as the other 84% that didn't write down the goals. And then the 3% who had clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% combined. So you can see just on that little study that was conducted how powerful it is to write your goals down. And it doesn't matter how you write your goals down, because everybody does this differently. So you might be more of a visual person, and a vision board like this is going to be more powerful for you. Or you could be somebody who is more is better with a list of things and writing down your business goals. And you could have a vision over a multiple number of years and some key points that you're focusing on in your business that you write down in a business goal planner similar to this. This is something that I've used, a daily greatness planner, which aligns with Stephen R. Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So everybody's different. Do something that resonates and works with you. It doesn't have to be written text. It can be pictures and visually stimulating and inspiring. Just depends on what you prefer, and creating or using your creative juices. Also wanted to talk a bit about the fear of having money and abundance. So how many of you are scared of having money? How many of you are scared of this? I'm earning $40,000 a month in doTERRA salary. So this is something that lives on my vision board right here at my desk. And that's something that we're heading for as a goal, working towards Blue Diamond. And I wanted to ask you guys the question: how many of you feel that being wealthy and abundant is greedy? And I'm here to tell you that here's an invitation to let that go, because just because you have just because you have wealth and abundance, it doesn't mean that you are a selfish person and you spend your money unconsciously. You could be hugely abundant, and one of your goals could be to give to a charity on a regular basis, or maybe even start a charity. You could even want to give back to your family and your team, like Renee and I do. So we said when we hit a certain rank, we want to be able to give back to our family, and we buy them lifelong vitality and and oils and things like that. So looking after our family and also our team, providing incentives, etc., etc. So sharing the wealth. And I can assure you that by having this money, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a pompous, overweight person that it becomes selfish. You can still remain conscious and spend and use your money very wisely. It's not greedy. So there are some very wealthy and abundant doTERRA leaders and also spiritual leaders who are very comfortable, but they do gain so much from giving back as well as giving to themselves. You need to give to yourself to be able to give to others. So we need to let it go. It's an old limiting belief, and it no longer serves us. So we can move through that. So I hope this little video has been beneficial for you, and you're pumped on getting your goals written down or creating a vision board. So remember to use your rank planners and reach for the stars as well, because anybody can achieve anything they set their heart and mind to. We know you've got this, and we believe in you. Thank you.